Hey guys, I'm T, and this is From Prison to Reform, back again with some more food stamp nonsense for you guys. I hope you enjoy this one. But before I start the video, please like and subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any more uploads from me. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
All SNAP recipients, no matter what state you are from, this video is just for you. Come on, sip a little tea with Auntie. Let's talk about it. So Donald Trump, y'all, said there's a lot of fraud going on with SNAP benefits. So what he's going to do is have each state make our recipients reapply. What does that mean for you? If you are applied and you put all the correct information on your application and you deserve to receive SNAP benefits, then this video ain't for you. You ain't got nothing to do with it. But if you one of those ones that lie and say you pay $1,700 in rent and really your rent is $300 or you stay with somebody else, they're going to look into everything. What is going to happen to you? You're going to be charged with felony theft, fraud. For however the amount of food stamps you receive, and then get this, you're going to have to pay restitution. And it's not going to be, back in food stamps because you don't qualify for them. You're going to have to get them people that $15,000 that you received in food stamps back out your cash money. Not to mention you're going to be listed as a convicted felony and charged with felony theft, fraud, y'all. So this is the time when them people, because they're going to ask everybody in every state to reapply. When it's time for you to reapply, if you know you got some fraudulent stuff on your application, I suggest you not reapply. Go and let the people keep their stuff, or reapply with the correct information. Because if not, if you are caught, which they're going to be doing a whole lot of investigation prying into your business, you don't want that to happen, baby. You better fly straight, y'all. I done gave y'all a heads up. This is what's going to happen. Donald Trump is working on it currently to make everybody reapply. Thank y'all for sipping a little more tea with Auntie. Bye, y'all.
Y'all don't want to hear it because y'all just want to dance, but the real reason why they are really going to cut people food stamps off is because once people miss that first payment, you know what's going to happen. And this is coming from somebody. I used to be on food stamps. When I moved into my first apartment, I was able to get them, and then they cut me off. So I haven't got them again because I make too much money. But what is going to happen when those people miss that first payment? A lot of people are going to magically get a nice little notice saying that they need to recertify.
We have some serious news right now. The Trump administration, according to Politico, is going to force every SNAP recipient to reapply for SNAP benefits in an effort to, quote, root out fraud. But critics are saying that this is just an attempt from Trump to block millions of vulnerable low-income Americans from receiving food assistance. Brooke Rollins told Newsmax, quote, that she plans to have everyone reapply for their benefits, make sure that everyone that's taking a taxpayer-funded benefit through food stamps, that they literally are vulnerable and they can't survive without it.
Oh, you're hungry? What'd you do with last month's food stamps? Huh? What'd you do with last month's food stamps? Oh, you're out of washing powders? What'd you do with last month's washing powders? Oh, you're out of gas too? What happened to last week's, yesterday's gas? Are you out of food? What happened to your food that I gave you yesterday? I don't have to pay daycare this month because I paid it last month. Wait, we got bills this month? I just paid bills last month.
Shutdown is over and my EBT card is loaded. Let's go fucking shopping.
Hey friend, what's up, Meyer? So, upon my arrival, I saw a gentleman with a help sign outside of the store, and I'm like, what can I get you? Are you hungry? He's like, it's just something to drink. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, that's it? Like, do you have a preference? Water, pop? He's like, anything. So, we go and get this man some shit. All right, we are all done. Hopping in the car now to go give him his drinks. I will not record this man. I don't care if I'm not asking him permission to or none of that.
So if you stayed this long just to kind of see like the reaction part of, that's not what I do. I don't film people in their time of need, and I don't like to film just to kind of like, I understand Hope Corps, but I'm just, for me, I've been there. I would not want that to be me. Just whatever. So I'm gonna go give him his drinks, and yeah, y'all have a blessed day.
Well, I'm back here at the DES office because I can't sit here and wait for them to do whatever the fuck they need to do. I don't got time for that faggot ass shit. Okay. They on AF13. I have AF55. I'm ready to tell the DES office, Department of Economic Security, that they need to give my autistic son his food stamps because we need food stamps. Me sitting here talking about the bullshit is not actually solving anything. Yeah, you could say go get a job, but guess what? I'm on disability. I need this. So don't tell me what to do. Tell yourself what to do. You go do those things that you telling me about, because I'm going to sit here and fight for my food stamps because we need it. And I've worked before. I know how to work. I just can't do those things anymore. So spare me with the BS. Just give me my food stamps. The Supreme Court has already stated that they're going to, give us our food stamps, but yet the timing could be all off, but yet they have had my application too long. This is an untimely decision. I'm gonna need a decision.
There was 2 of these comments on my latest video, and I was like, no. And then I saw that someone tagged me in a video by Aaron Parnas where he was talking about how Politico released an article saying that Brooke Rollins said that the USDA is going to make all SNAP recipients reapply to reduce fraud. I went Googling and found an article by The Hill where Brooke Rollins was quoted as saying that they looked at the data from red states and 186,000 deceased people are receiving checks. And she said, can you imagine what the blue states will be? So now I'm gonna have to correct myself and say, I don't know. But I do know that Brooke Rollins doesn't know shit about SNAP. And as some little old ladies down here in the South would say, she don't know shit from apple butter. Because first of all, SNAP recipients don't get checks, which she ought to know because she just tried to turn all their ABT cards off. I don't know how many people die in this country every day, but I do know that when somebody dies, the Social Security Administration lets us know that they died. And if they receive benefits in the month they died in, the household's eligible for those benefits. And they ain't going to receive them for long. And if they make everybody reapply, that's going to be really expensive because we already make them recertify every 6 or 12 months, which at that time we verify that they're alive with the Social Security Administration. We look at their income. We run all kinds of online data to verify where they are, how much they make, etc. So that don't make no sense. They already reapply every 6 months. If they're elderly or disabled, they reapply every year. I have seen cases before where we didn't find out that somebody died for a few months, and then they have a way to suck those benefits back off the card if they haven't been used. I've also seen cases where somebody died and somebody kept using their benefits, and that's called fraud. And we report that, and they have to pay those benefits back. So again, I'll just say that don't make no sense. But if they do make everybody reapply, then reapply. What the fuck ever at this point.
It's Marianne, y'all. The Lord done blessed me this morning. I got a phone call from my best friend Wanda, and she told me, girl, you got to check them food stamps. You got to check your app. I got mine. Sure enough, I went on my app for my food stamps, and my $2,500 was sitting right there in my food stamps. And y'all, I ain't never felt so blessed. I was really worried about Thanksgiving this month, and I'm just so grateful. Finally, after 2 weeks of waiting on these food stamps and waiting for this government to calm itself down so that we can get something going on around here. Finally, they came in, y'all, and I just feel so blessed. It was the greatest gift I could have received today. And I just hope y'all are having a nice day on this Friday. And y'all already know tomorrow I'm finna go grocery shopping. Can I get an amen?
The only way you should be able to get food stamps is if you apply in person with a photo ID and you take a drug test. Ooh, I bet you felt so smart when you came up with that. Please tell me more. Well, if they applied in person, we could avoid all of the fraud. There's really not that much fraud, but okay. If they had a photo ID, we could ensure that it's actually being issued to the correct person. There are already steps in place to ensure that, but fine. And lastly, we don't need to be giving addicts free money. They can go get themselves clean, figure their own stuff out, and then we can help them. So first and foremost, you think it's okay for those struggling in active addiction to literally die of starvation. Well, no, I didn't actually say. And you do realize that many homeless people and people struggling who are living in active addiction are veterans who served our country. Okay, well that's a different... So you're okay with veterans literally starving? No, but like support our troops, right? I'm just saying we need to know where the money is going. But also, let's talk about the many people who benefit from food stamps who aren't the people who hold the actual card. What do you mean? I mean people who are retired, elderly people who can no longer work, and children. Children who rely on their parents' SNAP benefits to feed them. Well, I didn't. So you think because a child's parent is struggling with addiction, they deserve to starve as well? I'm not sure I thought this through. No shit.
So the Trump administration this week announced that it's going to require millions of low-income people to now suddenly apply for food stamps, aka SNAP, as part of an effort to crack down on fraud. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rowland said that she plans to have everybody reapply for their benefits to make sure that everyone that's taking a taxpayer-funded benefit through food stamps, aka SNAP, are literally the ones that need it and the vulnerable that need it and that can't survive without it. Now, this comment comes right after funds for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program ran out of federal funding during the government shutdown, which we all know about and we lived a few weeks ago. This has led many conservative pundits and even President Donald Trump to criticize just how much the government spends on food stamps, aka SNAP, which now serves nearly 42 million Americans, costing roughly $100 billion in fiscal year. And this was in 2024. So, SNAP fraud, yes, it does occur. We know that there are participants that intentionally could lie about their qualifications for the program. We know that retailers exchange benefits for cash or criminals skim EBT cards for benefits per USDA's Food and Nutrition Service. But anti-hunger groups also say there's not nearly as much fraud with SNAP as the Trump administration is alleging, and they say that SNAP only issues about $6 a day in benefits to the average participant. So, state SNAP administrators already also require participants to recertify their benefits. We know this. Some are every 6 months, some are every 3 years. It all depends on your household situation. That these families that receive benefits are expected to keep their work history, their income, and other personal information up to date at all times. Hence why we have the periodic change form. The USDA has not immediately responded to this request to clarify a timeline for when Rowland's new plan is going to roll out in states, and it could differ from current states to state, where the blue states might fight this a little bit more than the red. Rowlands has now teased, though, that this announcement of this new plan to overhaul the program in the coming weeks is going to happen. She has already started directing states to turn in sensitive data on SNAP participants, like Social Security numbers, while blue states are fighting this in the courts. So, guys, more of an attack on SNAP. What are we going to do? We're going to stay strong, continue getting your benefits, continue using them, and we will see what happens. The secretary said Thursday that 186,000 deceased men and women and children supposedly were receiving SNAP, citing data from 29 red states that complied with the USDA's request for information. So federal officials and GOP lawmakers have now determined to show that they're taking wasteful spending seriously after months of work to reduce spending through DOGE, that the One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed into law in July, which has now implemented $186 billion slash to SNAP spending and has put new work requirements and restrictions on those who receive SNAP, is literally going to be the biggest overhaul of the food aid program to date that we've ever seen. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I'm going to keep you guys posted. But We're going to continue to stay strong. We're not going to get scared yet, and we're going to continue to follow through and see what happens with this. So I just wanted to update you guys, let you guys know that this is on the table with the Trump administration now, and that SNAP, we're going to fight for this, especially in those blue states. And if you guys have questions, inbox me, message me down below, and make sure you follow me for the newest updates. Thank you.
Update to the SNAP benefits case. Unfortunately, not a great update. The government is officially opened back up. What did I say in my previous video? I said that the Supreme Court delayed the ruling to Thursday at midnight because they were banking on the government opening back up so they would not have to look into the contingency fund situation. And I was correct. Because the government is opening back up, this case is going to be dropped. Which means as of now, we are not going to find out what happened to those contingency funds. Now, there might be a congressional inquiry, or you might see watchdog groups look further into this. The likelihood of us learning more about this is going to be kicked down the road until a later date, if it's picked up at all. If I see any movement on it, I'll let you guys know.
Jeff, honestly, it makes it hard to love you sometimes when, you are just, oh my God, how can you say that thing about the food stamps? That is crazy. That is so crazy. I swear to God, Andy Cohen is going to Jeff Lewis one day. It's stop. Put your fucking foot in your mouth and be quiet. Oh my God, that was so cringy. That was such a cringy moment. People are starving, literally starving in the US. And you think food stamps joke is funny. Oh my God, he immediately, you can see him fuck, I can't believe I just said that. I just know Shane, he got off that stage and Shane was oh, you're such a fucking idiot. That was bad. That was first panel, guys. We're on first panel with Jeff. And he's already no. He's going to get banned from BravoCon after this.
So apparently the government is back open again, but I still don't understand what's going on. They're saying that they found so much fraud, and people are saying that they're lying about how much fraud there is with the food stamps, that is not a realistic number. I don't really know. And you have caseworkers who say, they have to recertify every 6 to 12 months. And they want to know what cars you own, if you own any property, if you own your home, you're renting, what's in your Cash App, what's in your Venmo, any savings accounts. I guess they go through all of that. And to recertify every 6 to 12 months, you have to resubmit everything again. And so, yeah, I don't know what to believe anymore. Is it a big lie? Then they're saying that they're going to make everybody reapply to eliminate the fraud. They're going to make everybody just reapply again. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just wild. I don't get it. I don't know. But you guys are stuck with me to follow. We're going to follow this till we get some answers and some clarity on what's really going on. So yeah, we're just gonna ride this out until we know. But let me know your thoughts down below, please.